The story begins in the early days of the internet, when hackers were few and far between. Back then, cybercriminals were often solitary figures, operating from their basements and leaving a trail of digital destruction in their wake. But as the internet grew, so did the world of cybercrime. By the early 2020s, cybercrime had evolved into a complex and organized enterprise, with groups like the LockBit crime gang wreaking havoc across the globe. These cybercriminals use sophisticated techniques to infiltrate systems, steal sensitive information, and demand ransoms from their victims. In response to this growing threat, the United Kingdom and United States decided to fight fire with fire, hacking the hackers to bring them down. The operation was a masterclass in digital warfare. Using a combination of cutting-edge technology and old-fashioned detective work, the authorities infiltrated the LockBit gang's systems. They turned the criminals' tools against them, disrupting their operations and gathering valuable intelligence. The operation culminated in a coordinated strike against the gang. The authorities launched a series of raids, arresting key members of the gang and seizing their assets. The LockBit gang was effectively dismantled, its reign of digital terror brought to an end. To recap, the story of how cybercrime is combated is a tale of evolution and adaptation. It starts with the early days of the internet, when hackers were few and far between. It then moves to the rise of organized cybercrime, with groups like the LockBit gang causing chaos worldwide. But the story doesn't end there. It concludes with the authorities fighting back, using the same techniques as the criminals to bring them down. And while the battle against cybercrime is far from over, operations like this show that the forces of law and order are more than capable of meeting the challenge. So the next time you log onto your computer, remember there's a whole world of digital warfare going on behind the scenes. And while you might not see it, you can rest assured that there are people out there working tirelessly to keep the internet safe.